Hi guys, so I get a lot of emails on LinkedIn and I've been exchanging emails with one particular lady and we started talking about her dating history. And I found one of her emails in particular very interesting, and she said she didn't mind if I created this video and a piece of content around it because I believe this particular topic is really common everywhere you go. So I'm just going to read out her email to make sure I get it word for word. It says, I feel defeated before I start, so I talk myself out of the possibility of somebody finding me attractive. So then I just don't bother. Stupid? Yep. So here are my thoughts on that. So to be clear, I haven't met this lady and I'm not claiming to know this person inside and out. However, when I hear people say something very similar to that, it normally boils down to the same thing. So before I share anything on a deeper level here, let me just explain why that argument is completely flawed. If you've had a trail of unsuccessful dates, then it's very easy, if there's something deeper going on, that you start internalizing it and making it to do with blame and blaming yourself. And that's when I hear people say, oh, the problem was I was too tall, too short, too fat, too skinny, I wasn't attractive enough, etc., etc. The fact of the matter is we all look completely different. And what's attractive to one person isn't attractive to another. Otherwise, everybody would fancy everybody, and that would be really weird. But also, let's not forget that building chemistry with somebody is so much more than physical appearance. So if somebody's belief system around their appearance is flawed, what really is going on? Now, first of all, I do know there's lots of people out there that have no interest in being in a relationship, and that's also absolutely fine. But for the ones that do, and they're still choosing to not go out dating, then this more than often comes down to an area of development needed in the self-worth and also the fear of rejection. The reason why it's the fear of rejection and self-worth is deep down that person might feel that they're not good enough to be with somebody anyway. They don't feel that they've got a lot to offer somebody else. They don't feel that that person is going to like them for who they are. And yet it's so much easier to avoid going out on a date than risking it and having that fear confirmed, which again comes down to the fear of rejection. So if any of this is resonating with you and you do have a fear of rejection, or maybe there is room for development in your self-worth, then I urge you to have a look at it ASAP. This can be done through value-based living. I've yet to meet anybody unconfident who religiously lives by their values. However, if it remains unsorted, then the risk is you'll take it into your next relationship and then it will start rearing its ugly head in other ways. You might feel terrified this person's going to leave you. Maybe you'll have blurred boundaries around what goes on in the relationship. Maybe you'll start people-pleasing and compromising on yourself just to maintain the relationship. All of these behaviours will do more damage to your self-worth than picking it up. So if you are going out dating, where are you meeting these people? Are you finding them online? Now, don't get me wrong, there's lots of people out there that have success stories from meeting online. However, just be prepared that the online dating world is very, very fickle. It's very similar to social media. When people post their best pictures, they write a compelling synopsis about themselves, but the reality is you're probably going to have to kiss a lot of frogs before you find your prince. And you're never going to build connection with somebody through a few emails and a few pictures. As an alternative, maybe consider doing something different. Maybe take up a new hobby. Meet people where you've got similar interests. Let chemistry naturally unravel through just nature, rather than having a forced environment where it's a bit uncomfortable and you've got this obligation for the outcome that you're going to get on. It just becomes really difficult. Meeting somebody naturally is just such a better opportunity to develop that chemistry. So finally, as my top tip, so many people go into the dating world believing that this other person is going to bring every single desire and need that they're looking for. That is simply unrealistic. Be absolutely clear about what values you bring to the relationship, but more importantly, make a list of things that you're looking for in a partner and then break down those things into nice to haves and non-negotiables. If any relationship hasn't got longevity and is going to fall apart, it is always to do with something on the non-negotiable list. Once you're clear about that, you've got a very quick way to measure if it has any longevity at all. I hope that was helpful. As usual, like it or share it if you found it useful. I'd love to hear your comments underneath around your dating experiences. And other than that, have a good week. Cheers.